Hi everyone, and welcome to my ADI analysis clip 2. Today's clip is in collaboration with Exposed UK Dashcams using their Compilation 2 video from 2023. The plan for this project is to analyse the road users in each clip, give possible explanation as to why what happened, and what to do differently to prevent it. Just a heads up, the first clip does contain footage which some people may find upsetting.
I hate it because there are like tons of crashes and all that because
Whoa! You alright, darling?
I don't like it.
This clip is a classic case of going way too quick for the conditions. The camera themselves actually did a really good job trying to avoid it, but didn't have any chance on these narrow country lanes. I've chosen to use so much of this clip as a reminder that poor driving does impact everybody else as well. It's not just you. This child in the back may not be physically injured, but you don't know what other forms of trauma this event has caused. There are a number of reasons that someone may use over-the-top braking. It could be on their phone, resulting in not really paying attention, not looking far enough down the road to see what's happening, or it could just be a brand new car and they're really not used to the brakes yet. I'm just hoping this car ahead doesn't drive like this all the time, otherwise I'd hate to be their passenger. Due to the length of this clip, it's quite hard to analyse properly, so I'm going to ask, what do you think is going to happen? I feel both road users could have done better. For me, I feel the camera causes this, as it sounds like they speed up into this situation.
Screwfix Live 2018. Register now at screwfixlive.com. For terms and conditions, visit screwfixlive.com.
Regardless of whose fault it is, always ask yourself, how can I make this situation better, not worse? Camera does a good job leaving enough room in front for this car on the right to move back in, but I didn't quite expect that. Using the bus lane risks are fine, both by CCTV or if you were to drive past a police car. My biggest concern here is moving back in at the end. You're not guaranteed a spot and you're risking a collision, which again, it's just not worth it. First instinct, this camera is driving a bit quick for the road. If someone stepped out between these cars, I'm not sure they'd be able to stop safely. As for the oncoming car, when turning right, there is no need for this, and yet you see it quite regularly. Slow down, do it properly, and even if there is an oncoming vehicle, you are not in the way, and it's not a problem. This is one of the worst overtakes I think I've ever seen. I don't know what the oncoming car was thinking, and overall, apart from the pointless use of the horn, I feel the camera actually did a really good job. Speaking of terrible overtakes, which do you feel is worse? Please leave your answers in the comments. Both the camera and the oncoming vehicle did a good job in minimising the risk in this situation. This clip shows the importance of expect people to make mistakes and be ready to deal with it if they do. Had the camera not sped up in the first place, this would have been a much gentler break and a lot easier on everybody. It's a mistake. Why take it so personally?
You know what I mean? Up you to come out. You dirty Oh!
If you find yourself getting this triggered while driving, especially in situations that actually you could have helped prevent, I suggest you get help, whether that's in refresher lessons or potentially anger management, because you don't sound safe after this. Whenever you're on a roundabout, you always run the risk of having someone pull out in front of you. Go slow, be ready just in case. The decent speed on the camera prevents any over-the-top braking. Where are the biggest risks coming from in this clip? Can you figure out what's going to happen before it does? If you feel you're in someone's blind spot with no space to escape, rest your hand over the horn ready, just in case. In the previous clip we saw good use of the horn. Let's see some improper use.
Doing? Idiot.
Although I have no idea why the car actually stopped, and the car could have done a better job in checking it was safe before stopping, the camera could have left a bit more room, not tailgated so much, which would have made this whole situation easier on everyone. Another poor overtake here from the oncoming vehicle. I'm not convinced there was anything the camera could really have done here. I really like this clip. Just listen to the camera's reaction. Compare it to the similar situations earlier.
Tuned in, what does Pippa have downstairs for you? I'm intrigued. Come on. You see that texting John the Tyler? No.
Although I feel the camera could have started braking a little earlier, they stayed calm and just got on with their day.
Out on these shockingly low prices. In store now. For an amazing house.
Anyone else confused by this? My theory is that the oncoming car wasn't really paying attention, were intending on turning right, and started taking up position too early. Other than that, I can't really understand why what happened. Anyone else has a theory? Please drop it in the comment box. Camera gives us a great example of why you shouldn't just race off once the lights change. Analyse the situation first. I did not see this coming, so well done camera. The car ahead's position and signal both show it's going right, so I don't really understand why the camera didn't move over to the left sooner. If you can't see them, they can't see you. See and be seen could be used here too. Both road users were going a sensible speed, so they were both able to stop, so I think they both handled it pretty well. Although running a red light is running a red light, whether it's on purpose or by accident, I can understand the confusion for this driver in front. I feel they've mistaken the bicycle symbol ahead as a right arrow, so thought it was safe for them. The camera, knowing the lanes merge later on, leaves plenty of room and does a really good job. Couldn't really have done anything else to prevent this. This is terrible forward planning from the overtaking car. It's better to be in the correct lane way too early than just a little bit late. The camera did a really good job in identifying and dealing with the situation. There really is no excuse or explanation needed in this clip. The fact that they do try and brake makes me think this was just an accident, which means they're not paying attention. What if a pedestrian had started walking across?
Ha!
Although I don't think the white car needed to stop as suddenly as it did, this could have been easily avoided if the overtaking car had just checked their mirrors first. Less space, less speed. This road narrows and goes quite windy. I feel the camera was going a little quick to start with. Also, what did the horn achieve? Another roundabout that can be made a lot easier by just going a little bit slower. And you can ask the question. Like earlier, poor forward planning. If the red car knew they needed to turn right, they should be behind our camera much earlier. I'm not going to mention misuse of the horn anymore in this clip, it's starting to get ridiculous. Apart from leaving a little bit more space, I'm not sure the camera could have done much else. How many of you saw that second one coming?
Jesus Christ!
This camera does a fantastic job here. Looks really far ahead, spots the hazard, slows down gently, no fuss, no hassle, and no horn.
Wow.
Here's why not to straight line a roundabout.
You washing up?
I believe both parties here could have done better. The red car shouldn't really have moved out, but it was clear from early on that they very well might do. so the camera should be slowing down there just in case. Give yourself a way out.
Last year.
This one, I have no idea. Feel free to post your theories in the comments.
What's that twat doing? What the f***? That takes some beating.
Similar to the less space, less speed earlier, this time we've got less sight, less speed. If you can't see, then you don't know it's safe. Go slow until you know. This final clip is basically what happens if you let children drive. The camera starts off in the right, but it doesn't stay that way for long. No matter the situation, just think, how can you make it better, not worse? Another big thank you to Exposed UK Dashcams for allowing me to collaborate, and thank you all for watching. Please like, subscribe and comment, and keep an eye out for my new videos. Those of you who wish to continue watching, here you go.
Cutting migration will also be one of 12 priorities for Theresa May as she faces 2 years of tough negotiations, with 27 members desperate to save the EU's future without Britain.
Don't hesitate for that exit, you go straight on. You hesitate for going that way. Idiot. Go on. Go on. Get back in your van.
Candidate Michelle is being held after a police raid at a housing complex